attempt some planks. Ow, my knee.
I'm sweating like a whore in church right now.
We're scooping our hair. Just zhuzhing and scooping. Hey everyone, my name is Jennie Fagen and this is Healthy in the Spotlight, an online summit, an interview series to have your healthiest body, mind, and voice. And today I'm here with Steph Wilberding.
Hello.
Hey, Steph. So Steph is a certified health coach who leads her clients through habit change around food while shifting away from a deprivation mindset. Boo, deprivation. She is also on the training team at Mark Fisher Fitness.
Yes.
And she has her own online cooking show called Cook with Steph. So today we're going to be talking about what your fitness habits really reveal about you. Okay, the first question I want to ask you is how did you get into fitness in the first place?
That's a great question. I'm an actor, actress, singer by trade, and have been in New York City, had been here for about 8 or 9 years, and had done a show with this man, Mark Fisher. And he started his own fitness company initially by doing a 6-week program called Snatched in 6 Weeks. And he literally rented a like a studio room in Midtown where you would go to like a dance call for an audition.
Yep.
And rented that out, and about 10 people would show up per class. There were multiple classes. And I was on his mailing list because we had done a show together. And so I was kind of at this point with my own weight loss and fitness journey where I was hitting this plateau. I was coming up against a lot of roadblocks that I hadn't yet identified, but since have, but back then, and I was just like, this sounds like something, because it seemed like, it felt like exercise from empowerment and not from punishment. And so I went for it and I loved it. I did it multiple times. Left town, came back a few times. He opened an actual physical studio space or gym space. And one day after class, he was just like, hey, like, I want to talk to you. And I was like, he's like, do you want to work here? And I was like, yeah, like at the front desk. Like I have a business background as well. So I was like in the marketing department. He's like, I think you'd be a great teacher. And so I just was like, took it as like, let's take a shift from auditioning for a while. And I've now been there almost 4 years. And I got my I've gotten certifications and this and that. And like, he really just mentored me into that position.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this idea of fitness for empowerment.
Yes.
Versus punishment.
Yes.
What is working out for punishment? Because it seems counterintuitive that we would work out to punish ourselves.
I would describe fitness as punishment as those workouts that are fueled by, you know, there's this quote I recently read that was just like some made up thing, but it was like, exercise is a celebration of your body, not a punishment for what you ate. And so I feel like fitness for punishment, or from that mindset, is like, I need to fix myself, right? I need to like get on this treadmill, die on the treadmill to burn off the thing I had yesterday that I should have had.
An action that I took.
Yes. So to fix something I did rather to celebrate something I can do.
Focusing on the positive instead of the negative behavior, when really, I mean, all behavior, it can't be, I don't believe that you can label behavior as negative or positive all the time. It's really just getting curious with what that shows about you.
Absolutely.
And learning along the way.
Yeah, and what is it that I actually end up feeling when I'm doing said workout, right? Because we live in New York and there's a gajillion things to pick from. So yeah, like what is it that I want to feel and how can I tap into that rather than...
So what are some things you can feel while you're working out?
Great question. So I like to think about what is like the overall feeling I'm trying to manifest in my life in general. And then how can I comb that into my workouts? How can I comb that into my food choices, into my clothing choices, my anything, right? So let's say I can share mine with the world. My word is fierce. It's been the word of the year. Fierce. And that word really speaks to me when I'm working out.
Gotcha.
So like today's workout, whatever that might be, how will I need to move in order to leave this workout feeling fierce? And that might be different each day depending on how I'm stepping into that space.
Yeah, you know, this actually reminds me of, so when I'm health coaching clients, and you're a health coach by trade as well, sometimes one of the first things that we do is we set goals. The word goals can be overwhelming, so we set intentions.
Right.
Sometimes even setting intentions can be overwhelming. And so with some clients, I like to say, well, how do you want to feel?
Yes.
Do you want to feel confident? Do you want to feel grounded? Do you want to feel at peace? Do you want to feel excited in your life? Do you want to feel fierce?
Yeah.
And for some reason, different words stick out to different people.
Yes.
And so I think that's a cool lesson for whoever's listening to this.
Yes.
Like, what word sticks out to you, because it's not going to be the same as the person next to you.
And I feel like it's the whole like bigger, Mother Danielle Laporte, like how do you want to feel? Like what is that core desired feeling? And it really does, if you can really anchor in. And I think you need to play with the word, like try one on, because some of them are going to really, like you said, resonate with you and really kind of, as we say at MFF, kind of bone you up a little bit. Like, this is how I want to feel. And others, others are going to be like, okay. And I don't want to feel okay. I mean, they're not negative. They're just like milquetoast,
You know, I have an example in my own life. I was doing P90X or Insanity for a summer and getting fierce. And one of my friends, I loved it. I was thriving off of it. But I had another friend who said that she started feeling antsy.
Oh, interesting.
And she started doing yoga because she needed to feel more calm and grounded in her life.
That's fascinating, because I've started doing more yoga to complement my workouts, and yoga actually makes me feel fierce because I'm not good at it. Right? Like I don't do it a lot. So when I do it, I leave, I'm like, yes, because like it's new for me.
I almost touched my toes today.
Yes, exactly. So I actually get that feeling because it's outside of my comfort zone. So going for it makes me kind of live in that, like I feel like empowered. I feel fierce from trying something new.
Especially in yoga, because they bring in the mind tricks. They tell you, pick your least favorite pose and decide it's going to be your favorite pose. Or what they do is they tell you, all right, do you feel like giving up? If you want to give up, what's going through your mind? Do you have anything?
You're like, I don't know, I'm just trying to do
have any like Jedi tricks?
Like in the moment tricks?
Yeah, in the moment tricks. When you have these moments when you're working out and you're like, I just want to leave, because I have these moments all the time.
How can, like in the moment at a workout when I just want to be like, done, out, right? How can I start thinking about those things I really want to try in life that have nothing to do with working out, but have everything to do with my body showing up?
For instance?
I'm going to Italy this summer for the first time, and part of my goal for that is just to like feel as energized as possible, so that I just like don't even want to hesitate to say yes to an adventure. Some other things that come to mind is how you like what kind of workouts you choose. Like I think we know when we feel like working out or not. Right? So for me, if I'm like in that route where I'm like, I would rather stay on my couch, I will sign up for a group class rather than a single training session or something like that, because once I'm on the mat surrounded by people, I'm less likely to be like, you know what, I'm gonna cut this workout short.
This is a really good thing to know about yourself, is do you like group exercise? Do you like working out by yourself? And depending on what's going on in your life too, that can change that answer. I work with women a lot on balancing their hormones with their food and their exercise and lifestyle. And depending on the point in your cycle where you are, it's gonna affect the type of workout that you can do. So, right after you finish your period, your energy starts heightening, and that's when you can do that aggressive workout. But right before your period, you might need to do something more regenerating, like yoga.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're like in it, you might just need to be in a group fitness situation or environment so that you just have that accountability around you, right? At work, I have a coworker that in one of her classes that I happened to be taking one day, she's like, some days workouts are like time card workouts. Like you literally are just like punching in, stepping on the mat, moving your body, clocking out and leaving. And sometimes those are exactly what your body needs, right? Our emotions don't want it, but the body needs it. So like that's not the day to like leave it all on the floor. Right? So sometimes, depending on what's physically going on, like you said in your cycle, it's like punch the card. Just go punch it.
Just do it.
Do it. punch out, be done. Doesn't need to be the best in the world.
Yeah. Something that I do with my clients is I say it's curiosity, not judgment.
Yes.
And so I think that we can use curiosity in this instance, like, okay, I don't want to work out, but what if I were to work out? I'm curious to know how I'll feel afterwards.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Let me see how I feel after I do that run or after I do that class. Or what if I were to push through to the end?
Right, like what would be, and that's the thing too, it's like if I could push through to the end today, like what might I be able to do somewhere else, right? Like how might that affect other choices I'm having, especially when it lives underneath the wellness umbrella, you know? Like I've really been working with some of my clients lately about like how we approach our relationship with fitness or movement or exercise is gonna be a direct correlation on how we've looked at our relationship with food, like our emotional relationship with food. And the thing is like, practice, not perfection, right? Just keep practicing something.
Okay, so here's what I want to know too.
Okay.
We pick a word. We say, I want to feel fierce.
Great.
How can I go about my workout today to feel fierce? Or what can I do today, essentially, to be fierce? Is your word going to evolve over time? How
Absolutely. I think it'll change too, right?
Every day, every year?
I suspect mine will change with the season of my life.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, it might change every day, but I think it just like depends on where you are on your journey. Like right now I'm in a big creation season, like, and so I feel like that fierceness really helps me step into the light a little bit where I might be a little bit more hesitant. I like to think about like, if you think of the word, so we'll just use mine. Now everyone knows, fierce.
Don't take her word.
Don't take my word. No, if my word works for you, take it. So let me think of someone who I know or don't know, but someone who I can envision who I would label that way.
Ooh.
Right? So it's like, you know what it is? It's like Beyonce.
Tangible.
It's like Sasha Fierce, right?
Yeah.
Like what do you put on?
Yeah, and what is fierce to you?
Right.
Is it Beyonce or
No.
is it like
She's fierce, but that's
Michelle
not fierce.
Obama?
Right. Exactly. So like, how do they walk? How do they walk through the room? Like when was the last time you felt fierce?
I think I just held myself a little higher.
Yeah.
I was like, let me drop my shoulders.
Yeah. Well, and that's also that thing of like, you know, I'm sure you've heard this in your practice as well. A lot of people say things like, we all do it, and not just other people, I do it too, but I just want to get back to, right? I want to get back to size 6. I want to get back to 125, whatever the thing is. And as we all can in our right mind identify, you can't go back in time, but there clearly is something interesting about that version of you that you miss.
Yeah.
So why can't we invite that feeling forward?
Because that you is still you.
Still me.
She's still in there.
Yeah.
And she is fierce.
And like, I have some fierce memories of when I played sports and when I did other things. So how can we maybe bring her back? So you might gather inspiration from a former self. You might gather some inspiration from someone you know.
Yeah.
But I think like trying it on is really important.
Yeah, so kind of capturing the emotion that you felt during a time when you did an activity that made you feel that way. So you can kind of pinpoint experiences in your life, like playing soccer.
Right.
And what did I like about playing on that soccer team? I liked having a community, or
Absolutely.
I liked having a challenge. I liked having a goal to work toward. Maybe that's what you need to find in your life to embody your fitness.
Right. Because I feel like if we just go because it's like, well, I should work out.
Yeah.
Or I need to do this because if not, I'm going to gain all this weight. Then it becomes a chore, and then we'll stop doing it. Right?
Which is why I think it's important to acknowledge that if you don't like going to the gym, don't go to the gym. Do something different.
There's so many ways to exercise. Maybe it is the gym, but maybe it's something different at the gym, right? Maybe it's not the treadmill. I don't know. Maybe it's something else, but there's a lot of ways to explore that.
Good.
Absolutely.
This has been Steph Wilberding. We talked about what your fitness habits really reveal about you. And this has been Healthy in the Spotlight. I'm Jennie Fagen, and thank you for joining us. Bye. Hey guys, this is Jennie Fagen, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach. If you enjoyed this video, then subscribe to my page and then go to jenniefagen.com for some more fun. Bye!
All right, we're going to hold a traditional front plank.
Yeah.
I'm going to interview you.
Oh, okay,
Okay, here we go. Where are you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
No way!
Yes!
Where'd you go to college?
University of Rochester.
Okay. Were you ever in a choir?
Yeah, I was in show choir.
Yes, jazz hands. Give me jazz hands in the mirror. Yes. What's your favorite musical?
I don't know.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Favorite cuisine? Favorite type of food?
Mexican.
Me too. Favorite vacation spot?
I really liked Thailand.
Yes, I like Trunk Bay. Best 16 bar cut.
I used to sing Someone to love me, someone to love just me, someone to hold.
Yes, from two completely different types.
I don't know.
Gooch's song from May. Oh, that's not the right word. No. Favorite baseball team?
Living in New York, so the Yankees.
Nice. Favorite basketball team?
Living in New York, so the
Yes. Who's gonna win the NCAA? What?
I don't even know who's still in it.